Yeah, person who likes spruce uses a lot of spruce, more news at 11. Welcome back to a Vault Today build phase number, what are we on, 4? Yeah, 4. So, I've been doing some resource gathering. If I just take a cheeky look in this chest, we clearly have a ton of vault cobblestone and even some vault rock. And you'd think that means we'd be able to get into the vault today, wouldn't you? Well, you're wrong. And that's because we have a lot of questing to do. We actually still need to get chromatic iron, and I don't know if I'm going to be able to do that in the less than 8 hours of time. I think I have 7 hours of time to record and to gather resources right now. So rather than potentially wasting the entire episode trying to get lucky, I am going to split my attentions, and one thing that I want to do is sort of build out the pathway around the island, and kind of just figure out where I want to put a house, because right now I'm still just sleeping in a cave and splitting my space between this cave and the house back in the village. So I want to have a proper house at some point or another. And it's not even necessarily going to be the full base or even my full house. Like, I intend to have a whole storage area that's independent from everything else, but I just need a proper house. Because the other thing is, I recently got my Unraid server started up, so I've got my 2 old instances running on it already, but I want to make sure that everything is tested and well in order before I port this over to that as well. And one of the things that I need to do before I do that is build a house, because right now, if I hit escape, the game pauses. That's not going to be the case if I turn this into a proper server. The game's going to keep ticking along, and if I just pause, even in a well-lit part of the cave like this, then there is a non-zero chance that a mob spawns, like, outside, just on the grass, and pathfinds in here and kills me. And that would be bad. So, there's a lot of stuff that I need to do today. There's a lot of stuff that I need to do before I turn it into a server, and I don't think we're quite going to be able to get into the vault this week. So, mea culpa on that, but please keep tuning in. Next week, probably at the latest. I really just need to hit that chromatic iron for the quest books so that we can keep going with the vault portals and the vaulter. I'm pretty sure at the minimum the vaulter requires... I'm not even sure if that's what it's properly called. I'm pretty sure it's the vault altar. I've just started calling it the vaulter. Anyway, the point is, we need to make the vault altar in order to transform the vault chipped rock thing or whatever into a proper vault crystal, and that, I believe, at the very least requires chromatic iron. So I basically need to work on that. I also need to work on my base, so I'm going to try to split my attention between that and see what we get more content of this episode. Oh yeah, and also, while I was digging out the mine, I died. So there's a screenshot of that going on right about now. And, continuing on, before I get into whatever I'm going to get into, you can see that I've added a bit more to this area. I've fleshed out I've fleshed out 2/5 more of the circle so that it's more in line of what's down below, and we'll actually go ahead and see that shortly. You can also see that I've added spruce fences and this sort of retaining ring so that when the elevator is in here and we have all the supports, they can't, like, move. It'll make sense when we get there, but for now, let's just head on down to the bottom. So, first we're going to start all the way down here at the bottom. You can see that I started digging down, and of course, we hit bedrock just as expected. Now, the problem is, originally I was planning on going down 3 blocks, and, you know, sort of clearing out this area and an area that would extend out to the probably 25 radius, or not radius, diameter mark. And the problem is bedrock. So in order to remove bedrock that's just like this, there are a couple of different methods that we can do. We can do the vanilla 1.18 exploit that I believe involves TNT, pistons, and like trapdoors, some redstone update suppression, yada yada. But A, that'll kind of damage the stuff that I've already put into place, and it's going to be time-consuming. It's going to be very time-consuming. Another thing that apparently works, but unfortunately I can't really do it in too many places. I could do it right there, but I don't really need to do it well. I could do it right there if I absolutely needed to. But apparently if you place certain too high blocks, not like doors, but there are certain mod blocks, I believe Macaw's roofs, sloped roofs, or something like that. If you put it on the lower one, then it'll also break the upper block when you place it. So like here, you could potentially break bedrock, and that would be a good thing. But I don't have Macaw's roofs, and it's also very niche. Like, I clearly have a lot of bedrock that I'd need to clear out, and I can't do that. And the final option, unfortunately, requires the create schematic cannon. And I think if you had the schematic cannon and put it in so that you can replace solid blocks with air, that would also break the bedrock. And, well, that's gated behind knowledge points, which I have none, because I haven't done a vault yet, so we're not doing that. But you can see that I've got, like, the whole bottom of the lift sort of, like, fitted out, at least out to, I believe, this is diameter 15. Now, you can also see that I've started putting in the supports for the elevator shaft, and we're only up to, I guess, the second landing right now. But these are eventually going to go all the way up to the top, and even up to the ceiling, I think, just for consistency's sake. And you can also see that I've made these dark oak logs down here, because theoretically, being a single-player world, if I'm taking the elevator all the time, these will always be covered up when I take the elevator all the way down to the bottom. And so, if I manage to clear out the bedrock under this space or whatever, in the 25 diameter circle, then this will effectively act as though the log is shaded from the lack of light. And then in the maintenance area down below, I think I'll just make the floor all slabs so that nothing can spawn down there. But then, you know, you just get this nice, like, gradient kind of thing going on. Anyway, it just adds to the realism, I think, just to have that shading in there. And then if we turn around, I started working on the 25 diameter on this particular level. It takes a lot of iron, so I'm not going to take too much time doing that. Then on this level, it's not much, but I started a branch mine, and you can see that we actually intersect... Oh, dang it. I know how to do this on Journey Map. The problem is I don't know how to do this on X Arrow. Anyway. So, the point is, in the upper right there, you can kind of see that we have a mine shaft that just runs through several caves. And, unfortunately, we haven't had the luck to hit one of the massive 1.18 caves that just is flat, stretches on forever, really easy to see ores and the like. So, like I said, I haven't found any chromatic iron, and if we go all the way down to the end, we actually hit a second cave, and I'm pretty sure that's around where I died, too. So, I think, moreover, it was a quark monster box that killed me. And the thing is, it just spawned, like, a witch and several zombies. And that was okay. Like, I was actually having an okay time, and then the zombies walked into lava, and they turned into burns, and those can burn you, go figure. But that is the state of the mine right now. Oh yeah, and to add insult to injury, the last villager in the village has kind of scarpered off, to use a Britishism potentially incorrectly. Yeah, you can see that it's around this Y level, and I did some triangulation, and it's just inside the mountain. I don't know how long that's gonna last, but the TLDR is I'm gonna have to replenish my villagers. I'm gonna have to replenish my villagers very, not soon, but eventually I'm gonna have to do that. And worse, that means if I want to enchant anything for the vault, I'm gonna have to go to another village to trade. And the nearest villages are so far off. They're so far off. Starting a village, I said. I can keep them alive, I said. The sheer hubris. The sheer hubris. What? How? What? There is no physical way that's possible. How did you get on... Okay, maybe I see it. Maybe I see it. So it wandered over here. And then, like, did a little ziggy-zaggy, like, come up here, around, and then up, I guess? Pigs can't jump. Can they? I need to deal with those pillagers. Not because I have any villagers at risk, just because I don't want them, like, sneaking up on me randomly. Oh, boy. Yes, please, hurt each other, thank you. What? Okay, come on. Hunger, come on. I already... There we go, thank you. Oh, boy. No, what? But... What? I was in full iron. How did that hurt so much? Also, as much as I'm interested by the Vault Hunter's shield mechanics, the vanilla shield really sucks. Like, I mean, really sucks. Yeah, that's right. Just burn up, guy. Thank you. The only downside is we don't get the banner that way. I'd just like to point out that I'm playing on normal difficulty. Why do those guys hurt so much? Also rip my XP. That means that, even when I get a vault enchanting table, this is going to be a very, very slow start. I might need to, Oh boy, come on. Come on, get down here. Come on, I know you see me. You definitely see me. Why are you not, like, attempting to shoot me? Come on. Come on, lads. There we go. Thank you. Ow. Ow! Look at that! 4 hearts of damage. Ow! Again, I realize I only have 1 piece of diamond. Oh, this is bad. I shouldn't have let them follow me here. Okay, I can kind of play peekaboo here at least. Okay, that's 1 down. Rare 5% block chance there. I swear I'm not bad at this game. It gets so much better when I'm actually in the vault. What I need to do is plant some dark oak. I need to plant some dark oak. Oh. How did I miss that? Well, still need to plant some dark oak, I think. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to plant some dark oak, and then while it's growing up, I guess I'll go back into the mines. Try to keep plugging away at it. The guidebook says that chromatic iron is plentiful. Or that the veins are plentiful at the very least, but good luck finding one. I've also generally been thinking about what order I want to unlock mods in, and while I was kind of thinking Botany Pot originally, I mean, the fact that we're part of a village means that we have access to a lot of the crops that it's going to request from us. And, you know, I can always grow, like, trees for leaves and stuff. So, I think I'm actually going to start with, I don't know what it's called, but the Beast Cage is one. You know, just get mob farming automated sooner rather than later. Because mob drops. Mob drops are going to be very important. Well, with all the trees that I want being planted, I think I'm actually going to save the shaping for later, because I don't really have the spoons to do it right now. Okay, so I am back in the mines. I've planted a whole bunch of trees, and you can also see that I've taken out some of the urns, and we got emeralds and pumpkin seeds are perhaps the most interesting things of all that. But we're back in the mine. I decided that I don't quite have the mental capacity to be doing trail making, path shaping right this second. So I'm just gonna go ahead and keep branch mining and hope I hit one of these quote-unquote plentiful veins of chromatic iron. Oh, yeah, hold on. So 2 more things. 1, I added free cam, and 2, I added, oh, well, you know what, I don't think we're going to be able to see it right now, just because I don't think we're in an area of low light. Wait, do I not have any torches? Alright, we're going to cut back to when I have torches. Never mind, we're going to cut back to right now. So, this is what I'm talking about. I added the light level overlay, which is just one of my absolute favorite client-side mods to have. Even if I'm playing vanilla, there is a decent chance that I add this to whatever I have. I'm just so used to it from Infinity Evolved, and it's such a good way to determine, oh yeah, mobs can spawn here. And I don't know if the 0 light level mechanics are in this version, so this may even potentially be a non-spawning block, but the point is, just seeing this yellow X here is good to know, because that means that potentially it's an area that I need to light up, and every now and again I will come down the stairs and I will be surprised to see a zombie on one of the better lit up levels of, like, one of the caves or whatever. And, oh, gonna have to do something about that on the stairs. But anyway, the point is, it always surprises me when I have forgotten to light up something correctly, and this will help with that. Now, in the previous clip, you saw me illustrate that I have added the free cam mod, and I want to assure you that I'm not going to be using that in vaults. Basically, the only reason I did it is because I'm a builder, this is a survival series, and I want to be able to showcase my builds sometimes, and also take a look at the island, just so I can get a good idea of space utilization, without, like, an elytra or whatnot. I think that'll just be a better experience for the series, rather than trying to get decent camera angles in vanilla by, like, pillaring up or anything like that. Or eventually I think I might even use my other desktop as, like, a spectator camera once I have the server set up, but for right now I can't do that. And also I don't know if the power draw is going to be too much for the circuit that I'm on in the house, so there is a non-zero chance that I can't actually do what I want. And the problem with the replay mod, wait, You've got to be kidding me. Hold on. You got to be kidding me. There we go. That's what I wanted. I don't know if I'm going to find chromatic iron this time, guys. Finds it immediately after creating a branch mine. I just... what is wrong with me? What is wrong with me? Huh? Well, you know what? That's incredibly lucky, and I guess we are going to get to a vault this weekend. Yay! You know what? I have a running joke with one of my Discord friends. That's pretty much, if you feel like you're not getting lucky at something that's entirely luck-based, just complain at the universe, and it'll give it to you. And so far, I've not been proven wrong. This is just uncanny. Oh goodness, this is also very plentiful. Oh man, I wish I had a Vault Enchanter, because... Okay, so let me explain. I'm probably going to do this later, but for people who haven't played Vault Hunters at all, the Vault Enchanter is basically an alternate enchantment type where you pay a sum of emeralds and experience in order to get a guaranteed enchantment out of a certain, you know, subset of enchantments. Because I don't know if all the vanilla enchants are still available or whatever, but at least through the Vault Enchanter, there are a certain number of things that you can get. Like, you can get Mending guaranteed, you can get Fortune 3, I believe. I believe you can also get... I don't know about haste, but you can definitely get, like, efficiency, unbreaking, all that good stuff. And you can freely add enchantments to your tools as well. So the point is, if I had one of those, and I had Fortune 3, this would be so much better. I'm almost thinking that I shouldn't mine all of this right now, except for the fact that this is just the first branch. I gotta bet that I'm not going to be so unlucky that I keep not getting this stuff. I just... You know, it took me so much longer to find chromatic iron on the server that I was playing on, so I guess I wildly overestimated the amount of time it was going to take me to get it here. This is the luckiest break. This is the luckiest break. That means that we might actually have the first vault tomorrow. Tomorrow from my perspective, today from yours, potentially. Yes, I am filming this the day before it's supposed to release. I haven't had much time this week, despite the fact that I got ahead on my editing on Tuesday, I think. I subsequently fell behind due to server maintenance and the like. Okay, but there we go. That was the whole vein of chromatic iron, and I'll worry about, like, the deep slate zinc later. And so we have a stack and 55. That's really good. I can't believe I am still beside myself. Well, alright, okay, the rest of the episode is totally just going to be progress on trying to get the vault done. Oh, one last thing before I go all the way up. So I decide... That's an Enderman. That is an Enderman. And while my performance against Pillagers is abysmal, I will show you that I do have some Minecraft skills. Oh yeah, it would also help if I re-equipped the shield. Thank you. Okay, so... boop. Oh. Oh, okay, you just casually got stuck there. Alright, we're just gonna make our way back out. Oh, no, Minecraft skill's gone. Minecraft skill's gone. Scar mode engaged. Okay, I'm just gonna... Oh. Oh, you know what? This is Gigabrain, because now I have a roof over my head and it can't attack me. I have unintentionally made an Enderman trap. This is amazing. Thank you, past me. Is that more like Scar, or is that more like B-dubs? Anyway. Okay, maybe I don't have Minecraft skills. So, what I'm going to say before we head up and continue working on the vault stuff is that I actually decided we are going to make the vault off to the east side, because I think, A, it's the furthest away from the stairs. I really don't want to damage the stairs whatsoever when I do this, and I think it just kind of makes sense to have, you know, the initial mine shaft off at the base of the staircase. So that's why I'm not putting my mining accident / vault here. So then we're going to have just, like, minecart tracks running around the whole circumference, or not circumference, yeah, no, circumference, I had it right, yeah. So we're going to have minecarts running around the circumference of the 15 circle, actually maybe on the 17, because we're going to have some support brackets here. And then we're going to imply that, like, a TNT minecart went off the rails around here or something like that, just curved into an unfinished shaft, blew up, and then all of a sudden we have our, you know, ancient ruins down here. But that's going to be all the decorative stuff, right now, because I just have the materials to get into the vault and stuff, I'm just going to do it really hasty. We're just going to have a rectangle in the wall, more or less, and then we'll have just all the vault stuff next to it, but then down the road we'll add all of the cool lore stuff, so please look forward to that. You know, I've just had an idea that around y equals 30... what is it, 33? Yeah. Around y equals 33 is, like, still below the... I mean, still, like, where the river is. Like, I'm not fully underground at that point in time. So I think for the first few levels of the mine, in addition to having, like, storage and stuff, I might even put in, like, a few houses and stuff. It's gonna sound weird, but I just think the whole idea is to make this village come together with life, and while I want my base to be more or less untouched by villagers, the mines theoretically won't be within bed detection radius, I think. Maybe that's how that works. And so if I just, like, have a bunch of toolsmiths down here and pretend they're all dwarves, that could be pretty cool. Alrighty, so we just got the first vault altar. I don't know if I'm going to have more than one. Now there's an interesting idea, having more than one vault entrance. Is that a good idea, though? No, that seems silly. I do think having multiple altars could make sense, because then I could potentially have multiple stone candidates, and especially because I'm trying to do this on a timely manner, being able to pick the easiest to make crystal is a good idea. So I think having multiple crystals, like, in preparation status is a good idea. I might even potentially want to make more than one vault altar right now. And I think I'm going to do that. I think I'm going to make 4 vault altars. Yeah, that seems like a good idea. So, I learned a number of things about the Vaultar through thorough experimentation that I probably could have learned through documentation, but I'm too lazy to read and or look it up. But, in summary, the Vaultar shares recipes for the player that puts the stone on, and therefore there is no cheesing it. Once you get a recipe, that is the recipe that you have to do until you've created the crystal, and then you're given a new recipe. The other thing is, if you complete a recipe at one Vaultar, but you've got a stone on another Vaultar, the stone on the second Vaultar pops off. And so, while there isn't a reason to build multiple Vaultars right this second, I have thought about a really neat integration into the storage system that will allow me to do this semi-automatically no matter where I'm standing, I think. And that'll allow me to gather materials a lot quicker if I have just a bunch of Vaultars dotted about that indicate exactly what I need for a particular stone. And that's going to be really cool when I get to it. But it also means that I've wasted a lot of my resources on Vaultars when I didn't have to. Anyway, back to the actual content. Okay, so I am back, and one of the first things is we did the enchantment table. I went over to the village, grabbed a couple of books, and now we have the Enchanter. Unfortunately, I'm down my last diamonds, which brings me to the next point. I only have a limited number of emeralds, and I also have a limited amount of XP. So I think what I'm gonna do for my very first enchantment is enchant this pickaxe. And I'm gonna put fortune on it, I'm gonna put mending, unbreaking, and potentially efficiency on it. I'm not sure what all exactly I'm going to be able to fit with the limited amount of stuff I have, but I think that's going to be the safest bet. As far as the equipment goes, I'm really not too fussed about enchanting any of this, because vault gear is going to be way better than any of the weapons and armor that I can be using right now, so I'm not even fussed about using, like, the sword. I genuinely think starting with full enchanted diamond pickaxe is the play. And then everything else I can pretty much just either make again or worry about just down the road. So I think that's going to be the play. And then the other thing is, I realized, oopsie poopsie, the vial that I'm supposed to be getting is actually a lot more trivial than I thought. I looked up potion earlier instead of vial, so I should absolutely do this, and I'm probably going to go with the Slaughter's vial, Slaughterer's Vial. Let's enunciate just a little bit there. And the reason is I am actually okay when it comes to combat, like especially in vaults, especially in the beginner vaults, as long as I don't get like one of those crazy, I don't know what kind of a room it's called, but the very first vault that I did, I got like some kind of a raid room where all of a sudden pillagers started attacking me, and it's not the treasure one where you dig down. I got one of those too, and I actually did way better on it than I did with the first one. But the point is, as long as it's not a room where I immediately get mobbed by a bunch of mobs, then my first vault is going to be just fine. And I actually really like the combat-based potions as opposed to the pacifist over time-based potions. So it's either going to be the Slaughterer's Vial, maybe the Goblin's Vial. I don't know where I'm going to get bamboo on such short notice. And I'm also not entirely sure where I'm going to get a red mushroom either. So, as much as I hate to say it, I might have a better time with the Pacifist's Vial. I'm gonna go looking for mushrooms. I have enough time to be able to do that. Now, I guess while I'm running around looking for potential mushroom spawns down here in the depths of the world, which is not terribly likely, I should really revise my strategy here. But while I'm looking around, let's talk about the ideas that I have for housing. So I recently decided to pick up Gem's Empire series because, you know, it's been a while and I haven't actually watched that. I saw the first one already, and that was pretty good. I really liked the build style and the aesthetic, but purple's not really my thing. And so I watched her second Empire series, or I started it, and I really like how Gem uses blocks that you wouldn't necessarily expect to be used with roofing. And so I kind of want to do something similar to that, but I haven't decided on exactly what I want just yet. And I'm kind of thinking for my personal house, I want like a warm color. And I forget, I had something, I really did. I'm thinking more of a warm color, and they're, like, I also recently saw on the official Minecraft like Facebook feed that somebody like built a house using wheat as the roof. Not hay, wheat. And that intrigued me because it was a build technique that I personally hadn't seen. So that's kind of awesome and interesting. So I haven't decided exactly what I want to use for my own house just yet. But for the village, I was thinking, you know, kind of stick to, because we're in a cold biome, stick to ice blocks, and I think we can do a lot of cool stuff with that sort of gradient. Mushrooms naturally generate in poorly lit areas of light level 12 or less. So caves, there's an 1/8 of a chance they generate in caves. And I'm in a cave, and each chunk has an 1/8 of a chance they generate, and I've seen none. I've seen none, and that could just be because, you know, I'm, like, technically speaking, looking all in the same chunks, just vertically. I'm gonna have to do it, aren't I? I think I'm gonna have to do it. I think I'm gonna have to go into the Nether, and I really don't want to. Yeah, alright. We're gonna go into the Nether. Ugh, hate this. Hate this. Also, if I do it here, then I'm not gonna be able to, I don't think I have quite enough. Let's see, what is that? 3... 5, 16. Oh, okay, maybe I do. Maybe I do. So what I'm going to do for right now, I don't like this, but what I'm going to do for right now is just real casual, like, this is super dumb. I'm just real casual, like, maybe I should go the 3D print. No, that would take too much time. That would take too much time, too much lava. Do not want to do that. I could do the 3D printed route if I had more buckets. Okay, and then we're just gonna do this. And I left, no I didn't, I'm a genius. I'm a genius. Alright, this is gonna go horribly. Yeet. Alright, bring it on. How terrible is this going to be? Oh boy. In the middle of lava. Of course it is. Of course it is. What did I say? Oh, well, hold on. Maybe I spoke too soon. Because that looks like some twisted stuff. And as long as my pickaxe... I really need to enchant my pickaxe. But you know what? Immaterial. Nope, now it is material. Alright, I'm gonna go back through. I'm gonna go back through and enchant my pickaxe. If I'm lucky, no gassed whammies. That's all I care about. Just no gassed whammies. Thankfully, I think the Enchanter is also one of those things that you can just break. Okay, so I want 20 diamonds worth of stuff. And I think the level cost must be reduced because I have way more stuff left than I was expecting. I'm actually even just gonna put these here so that I don't, like, immediately waste them. Oh no, this is a problem. I'm getting distracted by shiny things, and I don't know what that is hanging from the ceiling. So naturally, I want to investigate it, but I'm getting distracted and not paying attention to potential threats, and that's bad. It's real bad. I also forgot to put down a waymark next to my portal, and I'm already losing it. This is bad. Let's maybe not do that. There! Of course it's on the other side of all of these enemies. Great! Great! Just love that. Okay, as long as that baby doesn't grow up, I think I'm okay. Can they grow up? Eh. This is material. I don't actually need to know that. I just need this. The mushroom. The coveted mushroom. And I don't like that sound. Maybe I'm being overly cautious. Oh! Ooh, 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 ooh. And immediately I'm going to throw caution to the wind because now I can see what this is. Monazite Rod. You know, I was talking about, like, sort of a warm, reddish golden color for my roof. You know, like kind of a nice transition between orange, and frankly, that, this kind of fits the bill. This kind of fits the bill, and moreover, I have stuff to pillar with. Stuff that I don't actually care about, theoretically. Now, as long as this stuff doesn't require Silk Touch... It does not require Silk Touch. Okay, cool. Fantastic. I could be mistaken, but it also looks like this might function as a light source. Like, not a high light source, like I don't think the light value is that large, but it seems to be glowing just a little bit, and that's delightful. Because that also means that theoretically we won't need to light up our roof or do anything special, like with carpeting or string or anything like that to make it spawn prevented. Yeah, and this could actually go really well with either copper or honey or... Yeah, I think we've genuinely kind of hit the jackpot with this stuff. And by we, I mean me. And my design sense. Yeah, there we go. That's perfect. Come on. You're supposed to... Are you not supposed to give me something? What? What? This goes against all conventional wisdom. What? Did I just... Oh, okay, they just dropped on the floor. Haha. Okay. As long as I have more than one, I can recover. That's all I care about. I only need more than one. Yeah, so I think I prefer Slaughter in general, but depending upon the goal, some of the other ones might make more sense. And the other thing is I don't know if Goblin works with tools, like, eventually you put the specific chest modifiers on your tools and axes and stuff, so that you can automatically loot things that you break, and it's a lot faster than going through and individually grabbing items, but for now, we have done that, and that just means I need to enter the vault, which is tomorrow's goal. Alright, so that's just about all the time I have for recording today. We got a lot done. We clearly have the stuff that we need for a portal. We got the Vaultar, we've got our vault enchanting table, we did a bunch of quests, we've got our vault crystal complete, we've got a slaughterer's vial, and the last thing that I need to do is pick my skill point, which is... I'm trying to remember, is that this, or... I'm pretty sure this is an ability, which is different than skills. I think this might be what I'm thinking of. And there was something I had in mind. What was it? What was it? Okay, not that. I think I'm gonna go a more magic-heavy build this time because Javelin's really good. I think I want to do some stuff with lightning, potentially, and shields. I don't know if there is lightning or just light in general. I think I'm gonna want this. Blazing. Ooh, gain 2 movement speed when killing a mob. That might be my thing right out the bat. Unfortunately, because we don't have any ability point... Wait. Are skill points just allocated across both? In which case, the real question is, do I do Javelin? Okay, I can't do Javelin. I can do Vein Miner. I think we do Vein Miner. Because that's going to improve gameplay in general. Jump is okay, though. Dash is also really potentially good. Oh, yep. Smite is great. You know what? We are going to get skill points, I think, fairly quickly. And I don't think I'm going to need vein mining in my very first vault. So I think we pick Smite as our first skill. I think we do that, yeah. I think I'm going to do Smite. And that's going to help with some passive damage. And if we hold Alt, we can now see that my focused ability is Smite, and I have activated it. Not that I need it right now. So, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, be sure to like, subscribe, and click that bell to be notified. And as always, I'm looking forward to your feedback in the comments below. And with that, I will catch you on the flip side. Thanks for watching, everybody.